I like to read a lot in Greek mythology, and Homer and Plato and whatever. And Plato, you know, got interested in sculpting, and he made one bust of himself, and he quit. I've learned all I need to know about that, so we move on to something else. And that's the way I was about trucking. I learned all I needed to know about that.
It's safe to say you don't miss it, huh?
No, I don't miss it one bit.
But perhaps all the landscapes that you saw driving across America may have inspired some of what
It did
you
in Louisiana, yeah, it sure did. It's just something about that that's mystical, you know. Bayous and
the Spanish moss.
Yeah.
It is beautiful.
It just creates a mood all of its own, you know.
Plus, it looks like a lot of what you paint are pictures captured of 3 and 4 decades ago. Are these fond memories of your childhood?
That, I guess, and that's when I was moving about more or less. You know, the last several years I've been over here, you know, farming and whatever. You think back when you're sitting on a tractor, you know, like all day long, your mind goes out wherever. And you think back about these scenes and whatever you've seen, you know, kind of make the day shorter, you know. There's not much to occupy your mind sitting on a tractor all day long, you know. Going from one end of the road to the other end and back again, you know. Makes you wonder what you're accomplishing with that too, you know. Not a great change of scenery either.
Part of them. How do you feel about your paintings when they walk out the door?
Same way as I do about my children. Some of them I want to throw them in the creek. But no, they cease to be, in my mind, you know, because I've already, it's just like writing a letter. Once you've gotten your thought down on your paper and sent it, it's gone. So that's what I feel about the paper. I still got the picture in my mind, but the paper's gone. You know. 50 years from now, the scenes that I'm painting, I don't think they'll have any idea what in the hell it is, to tell you the truth, because most of the scenes are gone now, you know. And the way people are progressing, it would probably be the same way people would look when you ask them what did an Indian house look like 150, 200 years ago. They have no idea. If you painted a picture of it, it wouldn't be that interesting to them because they wouldn't have any way of getting in touch with it.
So you're preserving a moment in time?
Probably, yeah. Because old shanty houses like I'm painting, there ain't going to be any more of that. There's not many now. Yeah, I could envision somebody sitting in front of a computer in an all-white room with deep white carpet and a really bland deal there, you know, and saying, God, I wish I could get out in the sand and get dirty and maybe step in some cow manure, you know, and squash it up between my toes, you know, or something like that. That would really feel good, you know.
Nature seems to be such a big part of your expression, your artistic expression.
Well, it's the only thing we got, basically, you know. Everything goes back to that. And I like to put as much expression on their face as I can, like in the portrait, the picture I painted with 3 guys sitting there sharpening their hoes. The guy in the middle is telling something that everybody knows ain't right, you know. And this one guy, he's sitting there looking like he's eating it up. The other guy said, yeah, right, you know, I hear you, you know. And but the guy in the middle thinks he's getting off on both of them because he's sitting there grinning, smoking a cigarette, laughing, showing that old tooth been knocked out, you know. Something like that, just, you know, I like to put the expression there. That tells the story more than the whole picture to me. Well, my grandmother always told me that that's the only way you really achieve an afterlife is when you were remembered by the ones that were here when you're gone. So that would be good. And to leave something that somebody else can enjoy. I don't know if that's the proper way it was done, but I believe it was said that the good that men do live after them, the evil is often interred in their bones, or vice versa. So maybe that would be the way. Something would live after them. Hopefully. It's more or less, I try to put pleasant faces, more or less, on everything I paint, because it doesn't make any difference how really crappy things get. you can always find a little humor or something to be smiling about, you know. From picking cotton to chopping cotton or whatever situation you might be in, it ain't all that bad, really. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Dim though it may be at times.